He
Yeah,
did
I've never seen
numbers.
anyone
Fun.
being so excited about numbers as Anton. So
Yeah.
I didn't expect that I would actually be excited about a presentation about finances and numbers, but it was actually very entertaining. I have to give him that. He has some talent.
Good enough, so you gotta be great, and I'ma do whatever it takes. Doing what I love for life, and I'll pay the price, and not stopping even if the shit kills me, even if it kills me.
Hi everyone, and welcome to MattGron Talks, and this is episode 81. And my name is Mattias Gronborg, aka MattGron, and I'm the founder of the HubSpot agency iGomon. And here I share my scaling up journey when I'm building my company from nothing to something. And with me, we also have my co-host, Svea Malina Landshoff, who makes sure we don't get stuck in my head, so to speak. How are you doing, Svea?
I'm all right. Actually, I just had a COVID test because I'm traveling tomorrow outside of Sweden. So that was the first time actually I got the stick up in my nose, and I always thought people would make exaggerate it, but it's actually very uncomfortable, I have to say. But yeah, we are both negative, David and I, so we can go fly to Berlin tomorrow. So I'm excited for that. And otherwise, this is where entrepreneurship runs smack into reality. I will never forget that.
Yes.
Yeah, so welcome to the Friday episode. We have different formats on our different episodes, right? We have Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Do you want to share what we talk about on the different days?
Yes, sure. So Monday, we focus on my personal development journey, building the company, growing as a human being and a leader. And Wednesday, we focus a lot more on business development and what I'm doing when I'm building my company. And on Friday, which is today, we are doing a recap of the week, and I'm sharing my personal inventory from the week.
I was just about to say, actually, it's not Friday. We were kind of tricking you a bit this week because we had a conference Thursday and Friday. Yeah. Where I was actually also attending, which was really fun. So we postponed our recording a little bit to the weekend so we could really sleep a night afterwards and process everything we've seen, experienced. To be honest, I think both of us were very tired Friday night after 2 days of conference. Yeah. So I think it's good that we meet freshly today and talk about it. But other than the conference, maybe just start at the beginning of the week. Was there anything else happening this week, and then we can talk about the conference?
Yeah, so like if we jump into my weekly self-inventory, my first point actually is related to the conference. So I don't know if we will talk so much about anything else than the conference, but something that I could have done different or better, and for sure is, now when we do these conferences and kickoffs, and some people join us remote. We have Taylor joining remote, of course, of the distance, and but I actually asked her to join us here. On site, but still there's very complicated for her to travel, and she really wants to get the vaccine and stuff before, but I hope to see her here on the Swedish soil soon, together with us in maybe next kickoff in February or something, and then she could also experience some proper Swedish winter. That would be awesome.
Yeah, I'm sure she's excited for that.
Yes. And but the thing is, I realized that when we were doing the conference that we need to have some kind of streaming equipment during the team building activity when we built the catapults. And David was recording everything, but I still think we could have been streaming it. So Taylor, Goran, and Andres, who was not feeling so well, so they couldn't join us. They were sick. So, so I mean, in that way, people could actually participate. So that's something we need to do different. And then I also realized I forgot to order them some food via Uber Eats or something when we had lunch. I mean, that could be a nice thing.
Did you do that before? I have a memory that you did that.
No, we had a dinner once here, and then I asked if Taylor if I could order her something, but she didn't.
Okay, maybe that was that. Because I think that's such a nice gesture to include them that way. And I have to say we had amazing food those 2 days. I really enjoyed it. So but then next time, and I think that's really great of you to also think about that, and that they also get a little treat on their like remote conference.
But the big the big takeaway here that they're learning, so to speak, is there's so many more moving parts, but also exciting parts to rethink stuff when you set up remote teams that join you. So from other parts of the world, so to speak. So and and then we have like double check the microphones before every session starts.
There were some issues.
Like, I don't know. Like, I mean, how many microphones are there? How many microphones
are there?
Are there? Are there?
Yeah, so I didn't understand. We had some issues where some person was presenting something and everything worked. The next person was presenting and it was muted all of a sudden and no one realized. So
I mean, there's like the system is kind of always choosing between the internal speakers and the external one, and the internal microphone, external microphone, and I think we had like 3 different microphones. We had on my computer, on the Logitech gear that was kind of the big streaming gear in the room, and then there was like another microphone that sometimes hijacked everything and started to pick up noise. So but that's.
But I have to say something to that. I was actually surprised how well this place was equipped with technology. I don't know if, again, this is my background. I'm from Germany. I've not been to too many conferences where it was that much high tech. But I think there was a really, really good camera actually. And I saw you filming, like you were sometimes streaming what was happening during the conference. Like at least when we were in the conference room, had like a proper beamer, proper microphone. I think it was actually really, really good setup if you remember to check some things like muted and stuff, but otherwise I think it was amazing.
For sure. But I mean, gadgets and tech is fun, but you also need to be able to use it. Drive
that's
it.
True.
So there was a lot of things there under the things I could have done different, and something I wrote in our Crisp channel, where we share all the reflections we do around the inventory, is basically that in our retainer deliver process, when we have sprint meetings, the account managers are not participating in the sprint meeting. The delivery team has together with the customer. The account managers, we are actually coming in after the meeting just to have a separate session together with the customer to speak more freely about how the relationship goes, so to speak. But we have got some feedback from our customers that they actually want the account manager in the sprint meeting, so we are tweaking that in the process. So that's a update we have done this week. So some learning going on there as usual. And I mean, on the have fun side, what I have been celebrating this week, I would say it was an amazing kickoff together with everyone, and actually go somewhere and to hang out and have fun. It was a long time, almost 2 years I think, since we had a proper kickoff. So it was really good. And I think Anton did an amazing presentation with the numbers.
Yes. I said afterwards,
I've never seen
anyone being so excited about numbers as Anton. So I didn't expect that I would actually be excited about a presentation about finances and numbers, but it was actually very entertaining. I have to give him that. He has some talent.
Yeah.
Maybe he has the wrong job. I don't know.
Yeah. So it was fun, and so I gave kudos to him. As maybe you wonder what. Oh, sorry. Maybe you wonder what kudos we. Like every week we give according to how people are living our values. We give kudos in a Slack channel with the name Living the Culture. So I gave kudos to Anton for his amazing presentation. I also gave kudos to Åsa. She did a really good job presenting on the topic Moon Cares, and then Eric also got some kudos for his presentation on the process, how we develop our services and products.
Yeah, I've seen after the conference ended, there was a lot of stuff going on in the Slack channel. I got the notification, I saw everyone was giving kudos to everyone. That was really fun to see. I even got my first kudos ever. That was really cool. Because, usually I'm not part of the meetings or anything, but actually Taylor gave me kudos for the photos because I documented a bit and sent her a link to the photos so she could see what we're up to. And I understand, like you said, like some parts are missing when she wasn't there with us in the room, and maybe I took some pictures so she had a better understanding of what was going on. So that was pretty nice to get my first kudos ever.
Boom! Svea got her first kudos there. What a week!
And now how do you say that in English? In German we say I licked blood. Now I want more kudos in the future. I'll participate from now on.
Yeah,
all right. I would say
you want more kudos.
Let's talk a bit more. I see here my time is running out again, but still, I want to talk a little bit about the conference. I know in the last episode, you guys might have watched it. It was a bit all over the place, but that's nothing new here. That was fun with the camera angles. We talked about what was planned at the conference. That was on Thursday, right before Friday. So do you just want to summarize in a nutshell what we have done at the conference for people who are joining now?
So we there was like 1.5 days, so we arrived at this conference place or Toresta Herrgård in Bålsta here, just 45 minutes from Stockholm northbound. And
amazing place.
And so we did an activity. We were divided into 3 teams, and we built every team built a catapult, and then there was like a precision exercise where you should try to aim for a target with a catapult, and then there was the longest catapult shot. So there were two different like competitions basically, and then it was very fun. I actually very impressed that like each team actually built their own catapult in 40 minutes or something. So and he kind of said that that's not like often there is kind of 1 or 2 teams that never really build a catapult. So we actually had 3 catapults, and everyone was firing, so to speak. So that was very fun.
I wasn't there when you did the catapults. I came a bit after, but I saw people coming at me with like these, what's that called? These medaille badges with like number 1 on it in gold. I think Dennis and Henrik had one for sure. They were very proud. They were showing it off the whole conference.
Yeah, they were very proud.
But,
I'm a bit pissed off. Like we did a really good job with our catapult. Like me, Åsa, and Frank. We I would say we built the most like sturdy, you know, proper fire machine, and like yeah. So but we didn't really. It was kind of hard because we needed to fire first. So I think from my perspective, that gave the other teams a kind of a good advantage, because I said I would like shoot the first one a little bit like longer than I actually did. So like the precision side, the precision shot, and then also and then Frank was firing the in the competition when we should shoot the longest shot, so to speak, and he messed it up a little bit. So
Frank,
and it was there was like, I think from my perspective it would be fun if it was maybe like a second or third run,
or all at the same time,
like or something. But I actually we lost, and I said, can you please give me the ball? It was like a tennis ball. And then I went for the long shot, and it was long, I can tell you. Then I really showed how this proper firing machine could deliver, how it could deliver. So
Mattias, I'm a host, so I have to be diplomatic.
Competition, but it was the longest shot for sure.
Yeah. Okay. I can tell you were excited about the catapult thing. I think that's a cool idea for some team building action.
Yeah, it was very fun, super fun.
And other than that, what else was up on the Thursday?
Yeah. So first day, then there was like a lounge area. There was a pool table and shuffleboard and dart. And you and I, we also recorded the last episode of Talks, yes, and then we had dinner, and the food was awesome. And then after that, we went to the Relax, which was next to the sea, like Mälar here in Sweden, and we were bathing sauna, and there was a jacuzzi, and it was so nice. And I think everyone was probably a bit tired the day after when we fired off the conference, but after a proper breakfast, we were ready to go. So that was actually the kickoff day then, which is this Friday, and it went on the entire day, and that's also why we didn't record an episode that day. So. And but the agenda for the kickoff was basically that during the AM hours I was talking about the vision, and I think from my perspective, like a huge challenge we have here at Moon, and I think that's very similar to other bootstrap companies or startups where the founder is kind of fueling a lot of the storytelling part, and I can really see how people can they can connect, they can relate to our vision, which basically is like the key strategies, our big hairy audacious goal, but the thing is, when it comes to our purpose statement and also like our values, people they are not like really sure what it means for them. So my entire speech was on actually setting the context to why I am why I am in this entrepreneurial process and building my dream, and how that connects up to our purpose statement. And Then a friend to mine, Mary Lee, came in. She is a really good. She has a really good expertise about storytelling, and she did an exercise together with us, like a small workshop, which was super fun. I have some of the notes still here. I like the exercise when we should pick like a character or a
hero, right?
like a hero, like from your childhood. I picked Lucky Luke, and then you should describe your hero with 2 words. I said lonely warrior, and then also the like your favorite quote, and I picked from the Gladiator, what you do in life will echoes in eternity. In an eternity. Yes, and then we also needed to share like what we were hoping for when we came to the kickoff, and what we also feared. So I was hoping for like family, like team, becoming a team. And I was fearing that people should hide. Or hiding, and then we also should like define the feeling, what we felt then, like. And then I wrote believe, and everyone put up their feelings and on a whiteboard, and that was like the how the circle was closing, because I mean all of these feelings people were expressing, they are directly related to what the stuff we are talking about in our purpose statement, and in that way everyone can start to understand the meaning of the purpose statement. Like, this is not just a founder story. I have a voice, I have a story I need to share that is connected to Igomoon. So I think it was super fun, and it went very well.
I love that exercise actually, and I also think we go through so many emotions all the time. I think also Mary Lee said something that we had like already 100 stories in our head only in the morning. And that's very true. And it was actually, I realized, because I was also part of the exercise, how little I actually reflect on my emotions or really listen to myself. Think, what do I actually feel right now? What do I fear? I think we are just so used to just, get to work, get it done, but not really think about and look inside us. That was really making me a bit more sensitive, I think, also for my own emotions, and just the possibility of everyone, like you said, contributing their feelings, emotions, stories to Igomoon. I think it was a very, very nice exercise, and I really have to give kudos to Mary Lee here. I think she did an amazing job, and she has such an energy, that woman. It was so fun to listen to her. It was really, really cool.
Like, I think it went very well, I must say. Yes, and I also think that something that came out from that session before lunch, the vision session, was that I can really feel we are such a great team now. Like, sometimes when we have had kickoffs, I can really feel that there is a lot of hiding going on, and that's why I said that. Like, because I mean, over the 9 years, I can see how Igomoon has kind of evolved and transformed in different directions, depending on the team and where people, what kind of experiences people have, and also what they want to contribute with, and I can really feel that, like, right now we are such a great team, and I think that's super important. I'm really curious to see where this rocket ship is going in the near future.
Me
yes.
too. And I have to say, I feel the same way. Whenever I meet everyone, it's such a good energy, and I'm really sensitive to energy around me. So I just feel that it's pure. I think it's just people who have fun together and genuinely care for each other, I feel.
Yeah.
So that's amazing. Okay, let's just wrap it up with the rest of the Friday, because then we had some more people
we had
giving
some more people coming up. Yes. As you said, you were giving Anton kudos for his energy. So he talked about like the numbers where we are right now as a company, like revenue-wise, profit-wise, and to be transparent with that, we have had a little bit tougher start the first 6 months this year, especially Q1. I think we have been talking about that before. So we are kind of, right now we are like on the break-even line, and like typically at this time of the year we would probably be about 10-15% plus profit-wise, so to speak. But we are also doing something very different this year. We are investing. Like we are doing a lot of work to set Igomoon up for scaling up, and which means we have invested into account managers. We also have Ulf on board as in the board as director of the board. So we are also investing in that. So and of course we could have been closing more deals, and we could have had a better labor utilization rate, of course. But I mean, still, we are learning. We are in the process, and I think Anton did a really, really good job explaining that.
He did, yes.
Yes. And then Åsa came in, and she presented on how Igomoon cares, and how we are working with what we're doing with the tool Office Vibe to actually be monitoring feedback and how everyone feels and think as an employee here at Igomoon. So also it's not her new official role, but I also said that she is our culture heart officer.
CHO, right?
Exactly. And she will be responsible for monitoring that tool, and I think we spoke about that earlier, you and I. That we have been asking for feedback, but we haven't done anything with the feedback. So
well, that's a great next step, so that you even have someone dedicated for this and really keeps an eye out, and also encourages people to take the survey, right? Because if people don't take the survey, you don't have any data to work with. So
true.
Yeah.
Yes. And then Eric also did a presentation on our new process, which is our service development process. And this is there's actually we are doing a lot of work together with on a board level right now, actually. But I mean, everything started with the process around how to deliver our services, and then we realized we needed to develop our services to become much more clear. And then we realized we didn't have a process for that. So now it's like when you kind of peeling and do you say that peeling an onion?
Peeling,
peeling. So it's like layer for layer. Now we are close to the core of our challenges and problems. So I'm really looking forward to start working in that process. Yeah.
That was it, right? For the Friday?
I mean, there is a lot to say regarding.
Yes, we're already a bit over time here, but I think it sounded like a very successful conference. And yeah, like I said, I also really enjoyed it. My first conference with Eigenmoon, and my favorites, I just want to share my favorites and my highlights from the conference. And I would say that was Anton's financial report. Yeah. Funny enough, it was the financial report actually. And also your story, because we have talked about your story, your background, your motivation a lot, and was always here and there, but I felt it was always like little puzzle pieces everywhere, but I've never heard the full story. And that was really nice. And I feel also kind of closer to you now. Like I feel I know you better and I can understand you better. And that for me personally was also, very important and insightful part of the conference that I really enjoyed. So thank you for that. And you were very open about yourself, your experiences, and I think that's really great. And you've been showing everyone what it means to have an open heart. And yeah, so I wanted to give you kudos for that as well.
Oh, thank you. It means a lot that you tell me that it actually meant something for you. And I think that's my core message. And then I think if you come with an open heart, it will always become much more easier for other people to communicate with you. Yeah. I think as Mary-Lee said, and you also told everyone about it, that you already probably have 100 stories in your head, and a lot of these stories is actually us kind of trying to separate ourselves from others, like creating these islands. Yeah. And if you have an open heart and you have that approach, you will realize how everyone is more or less connected to each other. And but I know we said that we are off time, but I really want to say that I overheard a discussion at the conference, and Mary-Lee was talking to a person, and the person was sharing that I really don't feel or experience that I have such a powerful story as you and Mattias. But the thing is that, and that was also connected to that the person felt that it was very hard to come up with the hero and the 2 words and the quote and what did you fear and what were you hoping for. Yeah. But the thing is, if you asked me the same question when let's say 15 years ago, I would have said the same thing, because I was always trying to find the meaning or my way forward by looking outside and comparing myself, like your story, that story, his story, her story. But I mean, like when you start looking at yourself and actually in the process moving your feet, then you are building your own story. Yeah. So there's today people connect with my story. They feel there's a message there. But I mean, 15 years ago, I didn't even know I had a story.
Yeah, I think it's important to don't look at this as a competition. It's not that your story has to be as good or whatever as someone else's story. It's important you have your own story. And it sounds very cheesy, but I think oftentimes these cheesy things have a lot of truth to them. And I think that's what it's all about. Find your own path. That's what we all do.
Yes, and you build your story through action. Yeah. Yes.
And it doesn't happen overnight, right? It's a journey.
But it will. Yes, and it takes time. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. And but I mean, one day at a time. You need to take one step at a time. But I mean, if you're just scared and browsing Instagram and comparing yourself with other people, there will be no action and you are not building your own story. So step into the game.
All right, Mattias. Now we're at 35 minutes. I think now we have a sweet spot here to say goodbye for today.
Yes.
And see you in the Monday episode. Thank you for the episode. Thank you guys for watching, and maybe see you in the next one. That would make our day. Maybe you like, subscribe. Would mean a lot to us.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
See you in the next one.
Bye. Oi.